it's welcome to my California Clipper YouTube channel. I'm out here at Walmart today and I finally made it over here. It has been the week. I don't know, ever since school started, I feel like I'm going 100 million miles per hour every single week. It's just nonstop. But I made it and we're gonna see what we can find today. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited for Target Circle Week, but this is a Walmart video. So let's stick to the program and I hope you're having a fantastic day, whatever day it is for you. And let's get started. Alrighty, so I have my weekend cash dash, 10 offers for $5. I'm going to hit that today. I did not get an additional bonus. I saw on Third Shift Couponer that she has a big bonus, so I'll have to check my husband's account. I don't know what's going on. Also, I still haven't gotten my CVS % off coupon. This is the third week now that I haven't gotten it, so I'm going to probably send them an email. All right, so starting off at Walmart, we still have our $4 back on this L'Oreal. If you want to pick it up for $6.42, it'll come down to just $2.42. If your store is carrying the Little Critters probiotics, they're on sale for $7 at my store, and so this would have been a freebie. If you pick up 2, you get $9 back on swag bucks, $5 back on checkout 51. That's $2.52 times. So it'd be totally free. And if your store doesn't have these on clearance and they are $12.48 instead of $7, it'll come to $10.96 total, or it'll be $5.48 for each one. So still a pretty good savings. And we have some Dove Men limited editions on SHOPKICK. So there's a few different scents you can pick up, and it is 705 kicks and scans, which comes down to $2.82. And then I'll make one of these for $15 instead of $6.97. There's also some SHOPKICK offers on these Dove Men Care holiday scents as well. It's nothing crazy, but if this is something you like, it's a good time to pick it up. This is probably my favorite deal of the week over here at Walmart. So I'm going to start with this Gold Bond Plumping Collagen. It's priced at $11.97. We have $3.50 back on IBOTTA plus $3.88 through SHOPKICK through Kicks and Scans. That is $7.38 back, which would bring it down to $4.59. But on SHOPKICK, if you combine it with one of these hand creams, they're priced at $4.97. And so the hand creams, you can earn $1.50 back on IBOTTA plus $1.64 on SHOPKICK through Kicks and Scans. And so you will get back $3.14 total, which will bring your total down to $1.83. But SHOPKICK has a special promo. And so if you combine the Plumping Collagen with the Vanilla Dream, they give you an extra 600 kicks. So picking up both of these, you have $11.97, $4.97, $7.92 back on SHOPKICK, $5 back on IBOTTA, comes to $4.02 total, or $2.01 for each of these, which I'm really excited about. And I was happy to report that this reset for me. So $3 back on checkout 51, $3 back on You Promise this time, and $3 back on IBOTTA makes this just 97 cents. I don't have any offers on Fetch, but if you have some offers on Fetch, it might be a pretty good deal for you. So I'm not even going to attempt to say this, but this hair dye is priced at $11.97. 2 of them will come to $23.94. If you pick up 2 different types, it'll come to $6.52 through Kicks and Scans, $7 back on swag bucks, and $6 back on IBOTTA. At the end of the day, it'll come to $4.42 total, or $2.21 for each box. This is no longer showing on my IBOTTA. I don't know if it's on other people's IBOTTAs or if it's just because it's expired, but it didn't reset for me. Regardless, I still have these Hellos on clearance at my store, so if you have them, you can still pick it up on swag bucks. So swag bucks, you get $3 back when you buy 2, which will make each one of these just $1. And the Colgate Optic White, you have $5 back on Walmart Cash or IBOTTA, so it'll come to $2.96 instead of $7.96. Picking up 2 of these Got2Bs is going to come to $12.94 because they are $6.47 each. And we have $2.25 back on IBOTTA, $4 back on You Promise when you buy 2, and $6.04 back on SHOPKICK through Kicks and Scans. So it'll come to 65 cents total, or 33 cents each. And these Dentistics, I don't see really awesome deals come around too often. They're $16.98. I remember when I had a dog, they were always so pricey, but we have $4.14 back on SHOPKICK through Kicks and Scans, an additional 5 cents back on IBOTTA for any dog treats, and so it'll come to $12.89. So not the best savings, but I thought it would be worth it to mention if you do have a pet. This was another item that I thought it was worth mentioning. So the Pet Safe Scoop Free Premium crystal cat litter, what a mouthful, is $25.68. We have $5 back in Walmart cash. We have 10 cents through any brand cat litter, as well as $6.50 through SHOPKICK, through Kicks and Scans. And so you're getting a total of $11.60 back, which will bring your total down to $14.08. So about half off, which I thought was pretty good. And I totally meant to pick this up and spaced. So please, anyway, bear with me today. It's been a week. So $8.47 for the big Suavitel, and you get $1 back on SwagBucks or whatever you want to use, and $2 back on IBOTTA. And then if you want to get the smaller container, that one is priced at $4.47. You get 50 cents back, but you get $2 back on IBOTTA regardless if you get the smaller or larger one. So I think it makes a little bit more sense to get the smaller one. And I still found one of these coupons. I actually forgot to bring my coupons with me to show you where my mind's at, but I found one in store. And so I am going to pick up this all free and clear dryer sheets, $2 off, 75 cents back on IBOTTA. It's going to make it 99 cents. And speaking of all freebies, I'm going to give some more coupons away. So DK, Where You At Girl, Linda French, and Mary Hammond, send me an email with your address, your mailing address, where you'd like me to send the coupons, and I'll get them out to you this week. So the Persil deal is not as great as it was, but if you still have some peelies, you can bring it down from $5.44 to just $1.44 with the $2 off and $2 back on IBOTTA. Same thing with this Windex foam. It's not as good as it was, but it's still pretty good because you have $2 back in Walmart cash. Instead of $3.64, it'll be $1.64. And there are a ton of matchups through the Airwick and Glade. So the Glade will be 9 cents for me, possibly a freebie for you through checkout 51. The Airwick starter kit, you can get $3 back on IBOTTA plus 84 cents back on SHOPKICK. If you want to pick up the one that is $3.98, it'll be almost free. And if you pick up the one that is $5.98, it'll come down to $2.14. And then with the Air Mist kits, if you pick up the more expensive one, it does match with the $4 IBOTTA rebate. And the one that's only $7 and change, it only attaches to SHOPKICK, so you'll just get back $1.64. So it probably makes sense to get the $9 one if that is something that you're interested in picking up. And check your store if you want to check for some clearance. They had some pretty good Febreze clearance, $3 down from $5.48. And the Brawny paper towels, I've been seeing this for a while, but I haven't seen anyone else mention it. It is available on a number of apps. It's not the best deal, but it's paper towels, so we don't get a ton of deals on them. They are $6.28. You can get $1 back on SwagBucks, $1 back on checkout 51, and 50 cents back on IBOTTA, so it'll come to $3.78 instead of $6.28. If your store carries these, you can get some free goodles. And same thing with the hemp hearts. They are 50% off through IBOTTA. And if you want to pick up some of these Arm & Hammers, you can get 2 of them for just 8 cents, or you can have them be totally free if you have the smaller size in your store by using SwagBucks. And if your store carries the Breyer S'mores ice cream, we have $1 back on IBOTTA as well as $1.50 back on Fetch, so that'll be $2.50 back. The Little Smokies are on Manager Special, so they're $4.14 instead of $4.44 at my store. And when you purchase 2, you can get $2.50 back on SwagBucks, and I only have 75 cents back per pack. For my IBOTTA, I have seen some other people have a higher offer, but if I were to pick these up, it would come to $4.28 total for 2 packs or $2.14 each. And I wanted to mention that the smoked sausage did attach to the $1 back on SwagBucks. So this would be $3.56, $1 back, $2.56. And it, depending on your IBOTTA rebates, you might get an additional offer back. My store only carries the beef, so I wasn't able to check to see if it attached to an IBOTTA offer. I'm pretty happy I'm going to pick some of these up for free. So the A&D Antimicrobial Hydrogel Spray, another mouthful, is $7.32. I have $2 back on aisle because I already redeemed my 50% back. If you have not redeemed your 50% back, this will be an even bigger freebie for you. So $7.32, I got $2 back on aisle. I have $3.50 back on IBOTTA as well as $2 back on Fetch. So this will be an 18-cent moneymaker for me. And if you have not redeemed your aisle offer, it should be about $1.68 moneymaker or somewhere around there. I wanted to mention that there's a ton of sheets on clearance. I really was hoping to be able to find these princess sheets, but they're sold out. Some of the sheets are about half off, 30% off, somewhere around there. Just to give you an idea of what they have the Pikachu, they have Xbox on clearance, and then they also have a Pikachu Pokemon comforter set that's $10 off. So if you're in the market, try to see if your store has that clearance as well. And I did not find any matchups in my actual clearance section, with a handful of exceptions that were not worth it. So this is on clearance for $4. I have $1 back, so bring it down to $3. It's for some kids' Epsom salt for like when they're sick. I thought this was worth mentioning. If you can find this water bottle, it's $7 instead of almost $20. So I thought that was a pretty good savings. No IBOTTA matchups for me. And there's just a ton of toys on clearance at my store. I mentioned a few videos ago that we're doing a ton of remodeling. So I don't know if it's because of that or if there's just a bunch of toys clearance all over the place. And I did have this matchup and I was like, heck no. So these are on clearance, quote unquote, for $8.50, and I have $1.75 back on IBOTTA. That is a hard pass for me. More toys, on clearance. This was a pretty big set over here, and that was about half off, so I thought that was pretty good. Same thing with this Monopoly. I can't believe Monopoly games are about $40 a game now. That's on clearance for $20. And this Little People, I was real close to buying this. I actually just picked up a Little People set on one of the Buy Nothing groups in my area. So that's what my daughter is getting for Christmas. I was like, oh, this is new. It looks so nice, but I'm going to pass on that. And we do have a 10-cent any pen offer. So check your stores to see what clearance you have. This did work on the markers for me. So they're on clearance down from $4 to just $1. 10 cents back will be 90 cents. But you can see I have a ton of clearance stickers. Moving on to some very quick repeat deals. I wish I could find these Del Monte Escapes, but they are on IBOTTA and Fetch. And the chicken buttermilk biscuits are on checkout 51 in Swagbucks. And of course, you can get a handful of free grapes if you have this offer. So here's everything I picked up today. It was a super baby haul. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm kind of thinking about dropping Walmart or like combining it with CVS. Let me know your thoughts. I just feel like I don't do as well at Walmart as I do at Target. So I'm kind of on the fence about it, but I'd love to hear what you're thinking. I've kind of been thinking about combining CVS with Walmart. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, let me know where you're at. So I appreciate any thoughts that you provide me. So I ended up with a 94% savings today, and my retail cost was $66.87. Out of pocket was $60.90. And my final cost with hitting my weekend cash stash was $4. I'm not mad about it. I would have bought one of those lotions for $4 anyway, so I'm going to look at it like buy a lotion, get everything else for free. I hope you really have a fantastic week. Enjoy your family time. I'm headed to my daughter's Harvest Festival this weekend, and I'm really, really excited about it. All right, I'll see you later at Target for Target Circle Week. Bye.